He moonwalked his way through America's living rooms and straight into pop history.
Michael Jackson! Michael Jackson! Michael Jackson!
Michael Jackson grew up on the tube, and TV viewers had a ringside seat.
Gosh, Michael, you sure have accomplished a lot for someone so young.
From the groundbreaking moments...
Nobody had really, at least on television, done anything like that. The way his leg went like this, and, you know, those short pants and the white socks.
To the epic...
Thriller is the quintessential music video. In my entire career, in my mind, I've been chasing Thriller.
And the unforgettable.
I said, I want to do a dance number where I can get out my frustration about, injustice and prejudice and racism and bigotry.
Since his days as Motown's teen prince, Michael has shared with an adoring television audience his professional triumphs and his personal pain.
It was the most humiliating ordeal of my life. One that no person should ever have to suffer.
Vh1 revisits the classic, the unprecedented, and the bizarre small-screen appearances by the king of pop. These are Michael Jackson's greatest TV moments.
From Hollywood, the dating capital of the world, it's The Dating Game. And here's exciting young Michael Jackson with his hit, Rockin' Robin.
One September night in 1972, Michael Jackson dropped by Primetime's #1 pickup joint, The Dating Game.
His single recording of Rockin' Robin is approaching the 2 million mark, and the album that came from Got to Be There is a million seller. He's the lead singer and the youngest member of the Jackson 5. He loves sketching and drawing, playing basketball and candy and bubble gum. Please join me in a special dating game welcome for a fine young man, Michael Jackson.
4 years after bursting onto the scene, Michael had become Motown's most eligible bachelor.
Michael Jackson was a very popular fantasy for girls back in the day. It might be hard to remember that now. He's been with us so long and gone through so many different metamorphoses, but he was a teen idol.
The budding sex symbol had no shortage of admirers.
Bachelorette #1, would you please say good afternoon to Michael?
Good afternoon, Michael.
All right, #2.
Hello, Michael.
And #3.
Good afternoon, Michael.
All right, you ready, Michael? Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. Good luck to everybody, and here we go.
#1. Whenever I go out, girls are always following me. If we go out together and a bunch of girls start following me, let's hear what you say to them to make them go away. Get away from him. He's mine, not yours. Same question, #2.
#2.
I'd say, you better scat right now.
Which one do you select?
#1.
#1! All right.
Michael proved he could play the teen idol game, and TV viewers found themselves falling for pop's newest heartthrob.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to present our very special guest,
Michael Jackson of the Jackson 5.
By the time Michael hit the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour in September of 1972, he was already starting to break away from the Family Act. While Michael hung out with TV's hippest couple, the rest of the Jacksons stayed out of sight.
Gosh, Michael, you sure have accomplished a lot for someone so young. Listen, what are you going to be when you grow up anyway?
I can't make up my mind whether to be a jet pilot, an astronaut, or the governor of Georgia.
Barely in his teens, Motown's crown prince showed TV viewers he could hold his own with Cher's long-suffering straight man, Sonny.
There's only one thing I'd like to ask you, Mr. Bono.
What's that?
What are you going to be when you grow up?
Let's face it, he was like the small one, the cute one, so obviously lots of people like to look at sort of cute young Michael at that time.
There was kind of an aura around him, almost like the chosen one.
I don't remember ever being afraid to go on stage. I'm more comfortable on stage than giving this interview right now.
The stage had become his second home, and Michael's solo star was ready to rise.
And you and me are free to be, you and me.
Michael may have been sweet 16 when he showed up on the 1974 ABC special Free to Be You and Me, but he was still a kid at heart.
When we grow up, will I be pretty? Will I be big and strong?
Michael played musical dress-up with soul icon Roberta Flack and turned viewers on to the Kid Power anthem, When We Grow Up.
Well, I don't care if I'm pretty at all, and I don't care if I never get tall. I like what you look like, and you're nice small. We don't have to change at all.
He is acting a little bit young for, what you would think a typical 16-year-old would be. But I think somebody's sort of saying to him, okay, this is what you have to be. And I think this is sort of symptomatic of a lot of things that have happened throughout his career.
Will I be on the moon?
The Emmy-winning special was the brainchild of that girl, Marlo Thomas, and was required viewing for sons and daughters of the bell-bottom generation.
Did any of you ever tell your sister or your brother that you love them?
Oh, no.
The show featured an all-star cast of touchy-feely grown-ups, from Harry Belafonte to Chris Christopherson and NFL great Rosie Greer. But it was Pop's biggest kid star who stole the show.
I might be pretty, I might grow tall, but we don't have to change at all.
Off the Wall, Michael Jackson.
With his breakthrough album Off the Wall riding high on the charts, Michael Jackson took the 1980 American Music Awards by storm, picking up 3 trophies and giving TV viewers a glimpse of what was to come.
This is wonderful.
By now, Michael had left the kid stuff behind. But at the podium, viewers saw a humble young man uncomfortable playing the adult superstar.
I really appreciate this. This is really beautiful. Thank you, CBS. Thank you, Quincy Jones. Thank you, my mother and father, and all the beautiful fans who bought, the record. And, God, I really appreciate it. I love it.
All of a sudden, he gets up on stage to accept the awards, and now he's forced to be himself. And when he has to be a person, you see this very shy, reserved individual that you want to almost give a hug to. You feel sort of bad for him.
Michael beat out R&B legends Teddy Pendergrass and the Commodores for Favorite Soul Album, showing the music world and the TV audience that a new generation had arrived.
This is wonderful. Thank you again to everybody. I'm really happy. Thank you, Quincy, and thank you for all the promotion people, including Fred D. Man, and the wonderful fans and disc jockeys. Thank you so much.
All right. He's thanking the fans. He's all about the fans. He's all about his family. And he's at a loss for words because he's not all prepared. He actually doesn't think that he's going to win it, which makes him even more likable, obviously, because, there's a modesty involved.
When his name was called a third and final time, Michael's first award show sweep was complete.
This is wonderful again. I'm really happy. 3 really makes me
Even the king of pop was at a loss for words.
I don't want to make a big speech or anything because I know Dick Clark. Okay, thank you very much.
On May 16, 1983, 47 million TV viewers watched Michael unveil his signature dance move.
Nobody had really, at least on television, done anything like that. The way his leg went like this, and and those short pants and the white socks. The whole thing was so groundbreaking.
The moonwalk was the highlight of Motown's 25th anniversary special, and a watershed moment in American pop culture.
Once he did the moonwalk, that just made you forget about everything else.
Everybody felt they had a little bit of a piece of Michael because they could moonwalk in their living room.
When somebody mentioned Michael, they automatically started doing that kick that he do in a moonwalk.
Michael owned the pop world in 1983. His album Thriller had just hit number 1. When the album's first video, Billie Jean, premiered 2 months earlier, It gave America a look at the new Michael Jackson.
His look was a little bit more manly. It wasn't so teen idol. It was kind of like he was stepping into being a young man.
I think that that's sort of the start, obviously, of the Michael Jackson that we see through the rest of the 80s.
Billie Jean was 4 minutes and 52 seconds of cutting-edge special effects and electrifying dance moves.
People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts.
You see in Michael, he's dancing, he's walking up these little step things, and it's lighting up like, ooh, how'd they do that?
When I watched the video, I was like, his shoes are lighting up. My mother was like, no, the floor is lighting up.
The single stayed at #1 for an incredible 7 consecutive weeks and helped Michael say goodbye to his bubblegum image forever.
I have something I want to tell you. I'm not like other guys.
On December 2nd, 1983, the most anticipated video in MTV's short history debuted with a bang. The unveiling of Thriller was an event, MTV's first world premiere video.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark.
I knew if we did something with substance and content that people would watch, and it had great entertainment value, and if it held you, I knew it'd be okay.
For me, like, Thriller is the quintessential music video. And my entire career, in my mind, I've been chasing Thriller.
It was the most ambitious video to date, and with a special making-of documentary added in, production cost totaled a whopping $1 million. Michael considered Thriller much more than a video.
I always try to be a pioneer and an innovator in whatever I do. And my dream was to always make, short little films.
Michael Jackson comes along and he takes music videos to the next level. He puts a storyline in it, and not only do you feel like dancing, but you're sort of following along. It's a mini movie.
Thriller was a 14-minute epic with elaborate dance sequences and a horror movie plot.
I think that the video for Thriller really just pushed the whole video scene to this other place, as far as it could go, state-of-the-art, extreme.
Weeks after the Thriller premiere, the album reclaimed the #1 spot on the charts. It continues to duke it out with the Eagles' greatest hits for the best-selling album ever, at more than 40 million copies sold and counting.
I wonder who is the winner. It is Michael Jackson! Michael Jackson! Michael Jackson!
Michael Jackson!
January 16, 1984 was a very good night for Michael Jackson. TV viewers watched music history unfold as the Glove Room took home 7 American Music Awards, a record yet to be broken.
I'm so deeply touched and deeply honored to receive this wonderful award.
What he took home was nothing compared to what Michael brought with him, an entourage of 80s pop icons, including Webster's Emmanuel Lewis and Michael's date, Brooke Shields.
I like him very, very much, and I think that he felt comfortable that I was there because he'd come back and he'd sit down with me and he'd say, was that okay? Did I do all right?
Michael even took Emmanuel along for the ride when he won the award for Favorite Male Soul Artist.
An important chemistry in writing song is inspiration, and I'm holding one of my inspirations, Emmanuel Lewis.
All the things that some people think are eccentric and would be really eccentric if you did them or I did them, for somebody like Michael Jackson, it's what you want, and that's what you want your stars to do.
Gone was the insecure young man of a few years before. This was Michael's coming out party. Michael's runaway success gave him the power to play the star to the hilt, and he took full advantage.
That kind of cemented Michael Jackson as an icon in pop culture, a fashion icon, a music icon, and just a legend.
Thank you very much.
On January 27, 1984, during the filming of a Pepsi commercial starring the reunited Jackson brothers, a smoke bomb misfired and sent Michael's hair up in flames. There were 60 seconds that set the advertising world and the king of pop ablaze.